to another Talking Small Press Comics show. I'm here with Steve Keeter, and I'm Larned Justin, and we've got a lot of comics to get through today, so I think we better just jump right into it. What do you say, Steve?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. I got something from Shane Luttrell here.
Okay. What is that?
That would be Silver and Steam.
Oh, yeah, Silver and Steam. Yeah, I was pretty interested in this beautiful cover.
Yeah.
You know, and back cover, just beautiful.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's I mean, this is like if you're looking, we first learned of Shane Luttrell through Yeet Comics.
Right.
And we're expecting a new issue of Yeet Presents pretty soon here.
But this is
I'm experimenting with this microphone.
Knock the microphone over, and we're off the air. No, we're not. We're back on the air.
The reason I wanted to mention Shane is I got a message from Shane, and he said that the microphone, the volume on the microphone, that you're louder than I am.
Oh.
Balance that out.
Well, it could be this mic is closer to my mouth.
That's okay. I think I've been using the blue microphone. What happened was I put this on top of a box to bring it closer to my mouth to make it louder, and the box fell over. But what the best thing, I'm ordering an interface. It's called a Volt 2 something, but it's something you plug your microphone in. You can plug I can plug my guitar into it and everything, and I can plug all that directly into the computer, and it's going to give me a much greater, bolder, louder, and clearer sound.
Okay.
So I'm ordering this thing later today. I've researched this, and I found that the Volt 2, I forget who makes it, but it's supposed to be really cool. It comes with a software for a mixer. So like if you make music, you can mix the
which you
instruments
do.
And everything. And it's going to make for a much better sound.
Good.
So these problems that have plagued us for a while will go away. They're going to go away. So in the meantime, I'm still using the blue mic. The thing about the blue microphone is you have to be right in front of it. You've noticed, like in the last video when I played guitar, you couldn't hear the guitar.
Right.
The guitar would have to be right in front of the blue microphone.
Yeah.
And so this is going to solve that, and I will be using a Shure SM58 microphone.
Oh, that'll be a big help. Yeah. So I remember you got that.
Studio quality microphone.
Yeah.
The sound is going to be a lot better.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you got that. Yeah.
This will be by the next video.
Ooh, okay.
Because
let's get this video done then.
That's right. But I'm just saying, we should do. I should have the mic by the next video, and we're going to do one more video before I go to California for a week.
Yeah.
And it'll be in that.
That's provided the folks send us more comics. Now this time they jam-packed us again. We've got a lot of comics, so hopefully next time we'll get a bunch. People seem to be producing comics like crazy. But look at this cover. We were talking about this cover.
Absolutely beautiful.
Just a beautiful cover. And actually the back page is beautiful also. Look at that.
Wow.
I mean, really neat. Now, I personally am not too much of a science fiction guy. And the story in here, I have to admit, it threw me a little bit because it's refers to different dimensions, different planets, different time zones, maybe inside a dimension of a planet, and it's a little tricky.
Like DC and Marvel, this does have to do with a multiverse.
Yeah, multiverse. That's what I was trying to say. And it is, there is a, well, it's kind of a challenge. I mean, fun to read. You got to see if you can follow exactly what's going on here. I think
the
beautiful
story is written by
comic.
Peter Wellmerink.
Yeah.
But the thing is, there's like four or five different artists involved here. Josh Hawley, Shane Luttrell, Steve Shipley, and Doug Curtis. And the thing
It's
is,
very hard to tell the difference, don't you
it's so
think?
well done. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so smooth.
Like, how do you tell when it switches?
You go from one page to another. It takes
And
you
it looks the
a
same.
while. I mean,
Yeah. These
to figure out.
guys must have worked together on this and said, hey, here's
Where
how
the
we're going to do
transition
this.
is. And I thought, at first I was thinking, well, they're all inked by the same person, but I don't think they are. I think
Each artist did everything.
yeah, here's some.
And this one, you can
Steve
tell a
Shipley.
little bit this is a little different from the first few pages.
Mm-hmm.
But still, look at that. That is really cool.
Yeah. And
But
that's,
it's, pay attention to what you're reading in this one. It might throw you for a loop. What'd you think?
I thought I'm just still stunned by the artwork. I'm blown
Yeah,
away by
the artwork is just.
Everybody involved did such a magnificent job, and it's in full color. But of course, Silver is obviously kind of a female take on the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
She actually she rides like roller skates. If you look at the very end of the issue, you can see if you look at her feet, you can see these are roller skates. It took me a little while.
Let me see if I can find it. I may not have noticed that.
It's at the very end. And they should right here. Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
Yeah, because it's
I think
right
you can
there
see it right there.
You got it.
On the splash page.
Yeah. Before that, it's that the that part of her feet is obscured when she's flying through space.
But she flies around, so I don't know what the roller skates.
And you can't really see, you can't really see what's on her feet, but you see her flying around.
Yeah. So she flies, but she also roller skates, I guess.
Yeah. But she's
mostly flies.
Let me see here.
But there is a tremendous amount going on in here. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. And it's fun to follow. But tricky, because you may not remember some of the things they refer to that you just read.
Yeah, you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Susie Steam. Susie Steam.
Yeah.
Here
is the girl. Yeah. And you can see her right here.
What is it? A planet called something like Ipsos or something like that?
Ipsos. Yeah, that's a planet.
And they become involved. Silver is trying to
Silver
the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody comes along. This guy blames Susie for the death of his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So the story takes a twist.
So it's a twist right there, and you got to kind of follow along there because there is that twist in it. But beautiful comic book. And it's this is number 1.
It deals with multiverses, and this guy wants he wants Silver, and he wants them to bring back his deceased wife.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, she's deceased on his version of Earth or whatever planet, and he does come across another version of her, a variant, as it were, on another planet. There's a cat, and you actually start to root for. He's kind of like a bad guy because he's trying to kill Susie Steam, but in a way you feel sorry for him. Because he lost his wife.
Right.
And
there's a little note that I noticed, kind of silly, but see that page number? Okay.
18.
Some of the pages, the artist numbered the pages. Some of them they didn't. So there's no full page count. I don't know what the actual page count. Some of the artists didn't put in page numbers. So I don't know. And I don't know. I'm looking for the cost. And I don't see it. And he may have included a note and told me what the cost was, and I don't have it in front of me.
Well, whatever it is, it's well worth
Well,
ordering.
it's, yeah, you can
That.
see the quality of that. So
Yeah, other
just
beautiful quality.
contact, I'll have the contact information in the description. And if I find I'll put the price in there if I find it. But anyway, one
It's a
heck of a
beautiful
comic
thing. Now
book.
you can look at any
Yeah,
page, and
yeah,
it's all just stunning,
yeah,
stunningly.
it really is. It's just so well done.
I mean, I recognize my old pal, our old pal, Steve
Yeah,
Shipley,
Steve
right
Shipley's
away
work,
in the
you
middle
can
there. You
spot
got
his work, but
you got
it's
Josh
still very
Holly.
similar to the other work in there.
Mhm.
So Steve tailored it a bit, you know.
Yeah, Doug
So,
Curtis. The
mm,
cover artists are Yago Williams and
hmm
Josh Holly. So I guess Yago Williams does that
did the
front cover.
front cover, and Josh Holly.
Did that magnificent back cover. I mean, either one, would be a
Yeah,
great choice for the cover.
Josh Holly did this because there's his name right there in white. You can see it, but yeah,
That helps you. That helps you to figure out who it
yeah,
was.
who did
They sign it.
it?
But,
Anyway, good job, guys. Very good, excellent comic book. All right, what do we got next? Because we got
well, I can show
numerous.
you. I can show you this one, but it's an apazine.
Oh
This is
yeah, I
our
got that.
pal Ken Leach.
Ken Leach sent this is an APA he belongs to, Alpha Omega, or Alpha Tunes, or
Alpha
Alpha
Omega.
Omega.
It's a Christian APA. It's been around for several
hmm
decades, and he and Steve Shipley are the two people I know who are involved with that and have been
hmm
for decades.
So he sent this along for us, and you can see his regular comic that he just finished is Tales of the Morgue, Tales from the Morgue. He
There
just
it is,
finished that, but
right
he
there.
but he wanted to send this APA submission, and it's a typical APA kind of thing. You know, some artwork that he submits. Some
Hmm.
there's I can't hold it.
Tales
Um,
from the coop.
yeah,
I guess that's the coop.
there's articles in here. There's a lot of pictures of his family, but I don't see a picture of him. Well, maybe I don't know what I'm looking at.
No, I don't think there's a picture of Ken throughout the
I don't
entire
think
thing.
but he's got all the family in here.
Yep, holiday family fun.
Yeah,
And I think
I
he
don't.
mentioned if you look at what they're
I'm
saying.
looking. There's a guy on the couch back there. What I'm looking at, I don't know if with a full beard. I don't know if that's him or not.
No, he's not in these pictures.
He's not. Okay, you know what he looks like.
I've seen pictures of Kim
Okay,
before, but he's not in these pictures. This is just his kids and grandkids, as far as I can tell.
yeah, okay.
And like this one, I think they call him Geeps because here's there's someone, maybe a daughter or whatever, and she says, you know, sorry, Geeps. So I think they call him Geeps. Ken, you wanna help us on
Sorry,
this?
Geeps. Yeah, he can let us know.
Are you Geeps?
And then,
messages, there's a message.
you know,
Steve
typical
Shipley.
APA, they have mailing comments and see the mailing comments they have
Comments.
and stuff about comics right here. So ask Ken for one of these if you'd like one. I'm going to include his information down below. You know, you might want to join the APA. Who
This
knows?
sparked my interest. He has a mention here of right here of an interview by John Stossel on some network or another.
It's on YouTube, though. I think you can catch it on YouTube.
Right. I just checked it out a few minutes ago. I didn't get to see the whole thing. So you checked it out too, huh?
Yeah.
Not your father's comic books. John Stossel's interview with comics creator Eric Julie, who points out why American comics are suffering large setbacks, and he's attributes the damage to unrelenting woke writers who he deems advocates for social justice. So this is something controversial. It's something worth checking out. And I'm going to go back and I just actually
You can
noticed.
look it up on YouTube, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube or somewhere.
Cool. So that's
thanks, Ken.
that.
I appreciate it. Thanks, Ken.
All right.
Where are we?
Go ahead.
I
I'll
have
go. I'll
three.
follow your lead.
Okay, if it's worth
Okay.
following, but
Yeah. Otherwise, I'll go
I have
home.
3 awesome comics.
Oh,
Our pal,
our
Kel
favorite,
Crum.
my favorite humorist in small press is Kel Crum.
Kel Crum.
Yep. He is a very funny fellow.
One of the funniest and finest.
He sent me these, and then he said, "Did I ever trade with you?" And of course, I have. I met him at Space and everything else. But anyway,
Yeah, he sent me a message and said, "Do you accept trades?" I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah,
well,
sure, you know."
yeah,
Of course.
I've
Send me
traded with you
anything, Kel. I'll
before.
send you anything. I mean, it's
I don't know. I hope he was watching this, but so it's issue 14, 15, and 16 of Cornelia
yeah.
Tunes. And if you know Kel Crum, Cornelia is his main character. Her friend is Reba, and then there's Ed Thud, which is on the back here. That's Ed Thud and Cornelia. And
And also we got Thibault Jones.
yes, he is a blues
Musician.
sometimes blues artist, sometimes regular artist. But that's him right there.
Trying to find the right instrument. If you read the stories, he's
Yeah,
playing
he's
different
got
instruments and he's writing
yeah.
blues songs.
hmm
and,
He's,
and
I mean,
Cornelia,
Kel is very clever, very funny. These are short stories, strips, short strips. You just read through them and probably gonna laugh quite a bit because there's some crazy stuff in here.
yeah.
I don't want to. I hate to give away punchlines. That's the worst thing you can do in a humor comic is give away punchlines. But
Yep.
there
He's
are
trying to teach her. He's trying to teach Cornelia. They call her Corny. Trying to teach
corny.
Corny
Yeah.
how to play a blues song, and she's
Mhm.
asking for suggestions. And he says, well, he said, let's hear what you got. And she goes, the lid's all gone, the lid's all gone. My pencil won't write no more. And
Because
I
the
lay down
lid's
in my
all
bed
gone.
just to find a line. I could feel my old pencil drooping and falling all the time because the lid's all gone. I guess that's to the tune of The Thrill Is Gone.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, I'm not going to read you the punchline because it's funny and I don't want to ruin it. You
Yeah.
get this, $2. And I think most of his stuff is always half legal. Nice big size. I like his style because it's loose, and he can do a lot of crazy things with it.
They come up with some crazy ideas.
Yeah,
Cornelia
but
wants to go to the bathroom. She wakes up in the morning, time to go to the bathroom, and this guy with a Batman costume
yeah, he's in
pops
there.
out of the bathroom and says, don't you know we're having a comic convention here? Didn't anyone tell you? And having a comic convention. Didn't you get the flyer?
Her bathroom, yeah.
In the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, just normal stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
that's how things go. There was okay, this one is for Cornelia that was 14.
Yeah, this is number
15.
15 is really unusual. She's gotten into this VR video game stuff. And when Kel draws it, he draws
Wonder
what
Corn.
she's seeing. Yeah, she's seeing people like that.
Right. She puts on this.
He puts on the
virtual
VR
reality. Put on the glasses, and you see,
Yeah.
whatever.
See, she's got them on there, and when she's talking to her friend Reba, it looks regular. But when she sees the game, it's look at the drawing when she sees the game. Yeah.
Hercules.
Yeah. And
consequently, she keeps putting on the glasses and causing all kinds of havoc at one.
Well, yeah, I mean, she is knocking over furniture and all that, and Reba's going, what's going on here? Yeah.
And
yeah.
So what do we got here? Somebody comes to the door. There's a package at the door, and apparently Reba has a boyfriend.
I like this line here.
Zach.
See where she says, Bravo. You've saved all humanity from my lamp.
That's the lamp.
She broke the
Smashed
lamp,
it.
running around in
Smashed
there.
it right
Oh,
in half.
my bad. I'll pay for it.
Yeah,
funny,
and she,
funny stuff. And the whole issue, once again, is a lot of it is Reba this time in this issue.
so she's playing the part of Wonder Woman, more or less.
Yeah, and Reba,
she says right here, "I'm Wonder Woman," as she
yeah,
faces
she's a
off
wonder
to
bra.
Hercules.
She has a wonder bra.
She has a wonder bra.
Mhm.
And Etta receives a package from her boyfriend, and guess what it is? It's a Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah.
And
And then the next, the other one is Thigh-Bone Jones, the blues guitarist, has found other instruments to play. He's got bagpipes,
bagpipes.
blues bagpipes.
And somebody says, "Oh, Fight, it was so good. You think there was some Scottish in your blood?" Well,
Yeah.
there is something in his blood, but it's not.
Not Scotch.
Scotch.
It might be Scotch. Yeah.
And he's playing the bag. I've never heard
Blues.
the blues with bagpipes.
Bagpipes. But apparently Thigh-Bone Jones has. So, and then there's another Cornelia story in this. And
Yeah, the one at
pages.
the end is kind of complicated. There's a knock on the door, and here they are. These guys pop in. There's 3 people.
Yeah.
Now, I'll take another look at that real quick. Okay, so you can see that we are the uppity graders. We're here on a mission to inspect homes to make sure everyone's property is upgraded. And they see she has snark, a Sony combo stereo and turntable.
Yeah.
And gee, I can't wait to play my MP3s on this, the guy says sarcastically. She has a box-shaped TV. Didn't get the memo on flat screens, huh? Snark. And so they're giving her a real hard time.
Yeah, they give her a hard time.
Everything, upgrade everything in her apartment.
Now, what authority they have, nobody knows. But apparently,
it's for your own good. It's for your own good. Everything
they're helping out. They think they're helping.
This is an official government agency. I mean, it's a government agency making sure you've got everything upgraded in your home. Only thing is, there's another knock at the door. And
the uppity graders have shown up.
Well, here, that was the up. These are the D.
Oh, these are the
D graders.
D graders. They show up.
They're saying, there's too much uppity. And
too much uppity graders, and the D graders have now shown up.
Uppity is outdated, and it's even racist.
Yeah.
And luckily, they all pull out of there before, without discovering. The happy news is that she has an 8-track player that nobody.
That's good. Good news.
She's allowed to keep that.
Yeah. I mean, Kel he can comment on society subtly.
Yeah. I like this issue. I like this issue a lot. Number 15, I really like that one.
That was good. And here's number 16. We have Child's in the Hood.
In the hood.
Got her yo-yo.
Child's in the hood.
Child's in the Hood. So, and it happens to be her birthday. Check it out. She's about 30 years old.
Yeah, you think she's like younger, but she's
no, but Kel's been doing this a long time. So she got to be about 30 years old.
Okay, well, she gets offended. Being a modern lady, she gets offended because there's a boys' club nearby.
Oh, that's right. She wanted,
No girls
yes.
allowed.
This is when she was a little girl.
Reminds me of an old Little Rascals.
Yeah, and the boys won't let any girls in there, and she's not too upset about it.
No girls.
But
and she didn't work. Yeah, but what is this? Her mom? Oh,
I don't know if that's her mom or I think it's her mom.
Mrs. Blunthouse.
You don't have to take that.
Right.
And here again with the
How dare they?
Yeah, with Kel's cartooning style, he can do these crazy balloons with all these big words inside the balloons and all that. Really cool.
He's a great cartoonist.
Yeah.
Some of it's a little sketchy, but it's all.
Yeah, but it's very,
funny.
it's simple, you know,
I don't know
and
who
he
I
can
can
get the
compare it to.
action into it and all that. So
Hmm.
he's good at it. I've always liked Kel's stuff. So,
So yeah, okay. Blah blah blah.
oh, back again to Thigh-Bone. Thigh-Bone Jones. Now he thinks
I
he's a
love it.
painter. See that? He's gone from being a musician, now he's going to be a painter.
Yes.
Yeah.
A true artiste expands beyond preconceptions with visions that challenge the norm.
Yeah. So
what is he painting?
Well, he's painting a musician, you know.
Some blues guy blowing a horn.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know.
So
he's not abandoning the blues by any means.
No, he's painting a blues guy. Yeah, right there. Excellent painting, by the way. See that? He's pretty good.
Yeah, looks perfect.
Yeah. Reminds me of Matt Fazell style.
Right,
the
right.
painting.
It's simplistic like that, and that particular illo in you know, that illo definitely. So, what is this?
Oh, this one's got. This is another. Got an alligator, a turtle,
that's Pogo. Walk
Pogo,
Kelly.
yeah, yeah.
But it's been updated.
Yeah, he's kind of changed them a little.
Yeah, they come across Pogo, Walt Kelly, but it's been updated to make it simplistic, so it would be easy to make a cartoon show out of it. They've updated the characters.
Yeah.
And
yep.
To promote, okay, what is this? Which character is this? I'm not sure, but
I don't know.
Gender diversity. They made me a girl named Portia Pine.
They're going to have some. I mean, this cartoon series is going to be interesting because one of the things they're talking about is pop culture references and booger jokes.
Oh, booger jokes are always good.
So that's going to be quite a series.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
I'm telling you, Arthur, we have met the enemy, and he is Netflix.
Yeah.
And the character says, "Who's Arthur? I'm Bugs Bunny." Doesn't look like Bugs Bunny, though.
No, no.
But anyway.
And then there's one more story at the end, a Cornelia story, right at the end. Here with Reba. And these are $2 each. $2. I mean,
it's so funny.
Yeah.
Kel Crum is some kind of an artistic genius, but it's really funny stuff.
Back to 15, I forgot to mention that Larry Blake kind of helped out with some of those VR figures, and Michael Nino.
Maybe he drew the back cover. I don't know.
Well, no, it's the figures. See the ones on the front?
Oh, on the front.
All the ones the ones that are in here. I think that's Larry Blake or Michael Nino doing those.
Okay.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he gives them credit on the back here.
Yeah. Now that Hercules there, that's definitely Larry Blake. You know what? I hadn't figured.
Yeah.
You
that's
caught
Larry
it before
Blake.
I did. That's definitely Larry Blake artwork there on Hercules.
And the other is some Michael Nino stuff. Very clever.
Michael's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I think I can spot his. There's one here.
Well, the inks. Okay, like if you look at this, Kel Crum, Kel himself inked this. Okay. You know, sort of the thin line. Well, what you're showing there, definitely that bottom panel there.
Yeah.
On the right, that looks like Larry. That's totally Larry Blake.
Yeah.
Larry Blake inks or Larry Blake art.
Oh well.
Entirely.
Could be Michael Nino too, but I think
it could be.
I think some of that's Larry Blake, but I think
somebody else inked this. That's a thicker line of inking style. And it's really bold, really stands out, and it's Yeah, there's a lot of this in here. Michael Nino. Where's Michael Nino in here? Mike,
I
Mike,
can't
what did
quite,
you draw if you're
it's
watching
in
this?
there somewhere, but I can't sort it out. But anyway, so you can get all three of these for $2 a piece and you can't go wrong. I don't think.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Nope. I hope we didn't show too much and ruin it.
I don't think so. There's so much in these.
Yeah, there's a lot of little lines in there that
All three
we
of
didn't
these.
show. Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Yeah. Okay. One more time. Oh, Energy Girl. Energy Girl.
Now this one, we got it from our pal Joe.
Joe, yeah.
Eli.
Ken Bailey is a friend. That's the artist doing this. Ken Bailey is a friend of Joe.
Joe Corrales.
I can't talk. Joe Corrales.
Joe Eli Corrales. And
Joe Eli Corrales.
Now the thing, apparently, a collaboration between Ken Bailey and his fellow Sheboygan sequential artist.
These guys are from Wisconsin. Yeah.
It says drawn by Ken Bailey, so I'm not sure. I think.
Well, the only thing, my clue is there's a character in the story called Colonel Chance, and he's right here, and it's below it. It says Kurt Milken. I'm thinking that he drew
Kurt Wilken. Well,
yeah, I think he drew
character.
Colonel Chance in this story, and they got it in there somehow. I don't know how exactly they did it.
That might be so.
I think that's what it is.
It's his character. It's a crossover.
It's his character, yeah.
Characters.
And Ken Bailey does the rest, I think. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this, because it's my taste only. I do not care for the white lines around all the figures. I don't think it's necessary. I just don't, it's not my thing. And there's some parts of this that are very dark and hard to see if you look at that.
Yeah.
And I don't think the white lines help that. That's just my opinion. What do I know?
But the story's great. The story
again, here's another point I'd like to make.
I see the dark we were talking about.
It's
like
pretty dark. Some of it is dark. But Energy Girl, there's a story about Energy Girl. She was born in 1958. If this story is current, which I think it is, she's 65 years old in this story. I believe. Right?
She's
Am I
aged
right?
gracefully for sure.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I'm right.
Well, she's a superhero. I don't know.
I can't tell it seems to be a 2022 or 2021 story.
Yeah, but what, they go back in time apparently, or they're on a
plane. I don't know that.
They get on a train where
it's a steam locomotive.
Steam locomotive where everyone is dressed in
but that's
late 1800s type.
Well, they're using that to do the 1800 theme, but the cars that are parked there by the train station are modern. They're not old.
Yeah, so I think
she just dressed up.
But they're not going back. I had to figure it out because did they go back in time? Apparently,
I don't think so.
Apparently, this train is just equipped for people who want to dress like they did in the 1800s.
Yeah, it was just. There are things like that right now. Right, coming out of St. Louis, you can do a thing kind of like that. Yeah, they have steam engines will take you on a trip, and you can dress up and.
Energy Girl, being this super heroine. She's invited, or she's.
Well, they want her to kind of protect the train, a little security.
Let me see.
So she does that.
Dress up as one of our guests and entertain in the club car with feats of strength as Energy Girl, all the while also acting as onboard constable, protecting our guests and assets.
Yeah, that's what they want her to do. Now, the guests have a poker game going. Right there. And her manager gets in the poker game. While she's doing her thing, her manager gets in the poker game. And he loses all of his money, a terrible poker player, loses all of his money, and she has to go back to her outfit that she works for, it has some initials. I can't right remember it, but she has to get more money for him so he can keep on going, you know. And later on in the story, this Colonel Chance, which refers to the title, Not a Chance. Yep. Colonel Chance is not a nice guy.
No.
He's got some guys, and they're going to try and rob this train. That's what they're going to try and do.
Yep. Before that happens, he kicks Energy Girl right off the train.
Well, yeah, that was, I found a little different. Anyway, we were talking about Energy Girl and Colonel Chance, who is a scoundrel, actually. Yep. So he's robbing the train. But there's something in here I got to talk about, and I'm hoping the authors can clear it up. Stan Peabody, which is this guy here, is the husband of Energy Girl. And he was playing cards early in the book, and he lost all of his money because he's so bad. And I think he did that twice. I think she had to get money for him twice. But the Colonel says, I'm going to have to turn the book to where I can read it. Colonel says, yeah, this is page 20 that I'm talking about.
Okay.
The Colonel says to one of his henchmen, Bruno, go see the other donors. That means he's robbing them. And leave this one for me. So Stan says, what? Why are you singling me out? And the Colonel says, because, son, I've been watching you, and you are a man after my own heart. He says, I've noticed that you have been talking when no one is there. Yeah, you can hold that up.
Yeah. You
have an earpiece and an associate in the station gaming area who feeds you card information. In short, you are cheating, fixing the games in your favor. You're a rogue, just like I am. So, to prove that sometime there is honor among thieves, I have purposed to let you go. Just turn over your wallet and leave. Unless, of course, you might be interested in coming to work for me. Well, I don't understand that. Do you? He's lost all his money because he's such a bad player.
Right.
And this guy's saying he's got an earpiece. He's cheating.
He's cheating, but he likes that. He's a bad guy. So
I understand that, but the guy
too.
But the guy lost all his money. How could he be cheating? He lost all his money twice to the other card players. I don't get it.
The game's in your favor.
Yeah.
So I guess if the guy was doing that, he failed at what he
apparently did. Well, why is this guy complimenting him?
Maybe that's why you tried to.
I'm going to have the authors tell me about that, and I am probably completely wrong. I must have missed something somewhere, and that's nothing new. I do that all the time. Yeah. But it just struck me. I know he's a bad card player because he lost all his money, and this guy says, "Oh, you're cheating. You're doing good."
That's so funny.
That's weird. And the other thing is, now we know that it is in modern times because they didn't have earpieces and all that in the 1800s.
I had to read
this
to figure that out.
Yeah, this is in modern times. So Energy Girl is 65 years old at least.
But she's in great shape.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how old her husband is.
I'm 66. Energy Girl, if you're out there, if you're looking for a guy.
There you go. He
66.
He is available. And yeah. Wait a minute. No, she's married. She's married to Stan Peabody.
Oh,
the worst, best card player in the world.
He doesn't look that old either.
No, he doesn't. But anyway,
he must be on to some
we're not picking on you. It was just something I saw. Please don't.
Want to mention Joe Eli Corrales does the coloring on this.
Yeah, this is full color, guys. Full color all the way through.
Beautiful color.
Nice artwork.
You know,
Once again, no, I'm not a fan of the outlining, but what do I know?
Joe's influence is right there.
Yeah, this does
and,
look a lot like Joe's comics. They're very
Yeah.
similar. I don't know how they get them to look so similar, but they do. And all the way through.
And please don't mind our criticisms, but we're just
No, we don't. I don't like to criticize. I'm just curious. I wanted to know.
What this does show you folks is that we actually read the books you
Paying
send.
attention.
We read them cover to cover.
Yeah.
And when we comment, we're not just just saying, well, this looks nice, it doesn't look nice. We're giving you our real opinions from having read the books.
Yeah.
So,
Here is
this issue. I did enjoy it very much. So.
Here's some drawings that Wiley did.
Some productional drawings. Kurt Wilkins.
And then I don't know who did that one. Is that him too?
Clearly very talented.
Yeah. So they show you a little bit what they went through, and it's not easy to make a book like this.
I got Joe sent me a letter.
Yeah, I have that too.
Yeah, you got that letter?
Yeah.
But he says, Mr. Bailey and his fellow artist Kurt Wilkin. I'm not sure. Ken Bailey drew it. But
I think Ken Bailey drew it.
100% sure because it doesn't specify in the issue what Kurt Wilkins' contribution is. I suspect he might be.
I got that hint that he draws the Colonel Chance, but I'm not sure.
Maybe that's it. Like you said, you mentioned that before. Maybe he draws that character.
That's what I thought, but I could be wrong. So these guys,
Bailey does
in the comments, you guys let us know if we don't know what we're talking about, which is probably the truth.
Because
normally, I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know if Ken inked the entire thing or Ken inked his LOs and Kurt inked his LOs.
Could have been that way, yeah.
I mean, it's cohesive. I mean, you can't tell.
You can't tell who did what. It blends right in.
Yeah.
So anyway, a good comic. Let me see how much. This is number 39 for Ken Bailey. So he's got a lot of comics out here. Back here,
I will say,
it shows them.
I gotta say, I like the ending. The bad guys all escape with
jetpacks. Yeah. So again, it's not in the 1800s. It's current.
If you look, I'm sorry, but if you look, they're egging Energy Girl on.
Yeah.
You know, why don't you? Where's it at? Right
here.
They're
teasing her. Yeah.
Why don't you fly up there and go after them? And guess what? Not all superheroes can fly.
She doesn't fly. Yeah. But look at all the Energy Girl comics.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those.
Yeah.
They got a whole history of those going way back.
Yeah. So
a lot of stuff available.
Very cool.
And don't touch that dial. There's more fun and hijinks coming soon. There's a promise of that right here.
And I cannot. Once again, I can't see the price. I don't. Is
it in the letter? No, it's not in the letter.
Not in the front page.
Looks like it's worth like $5 or so.
$5 or $6 anyway. It's full color.
$5 or $6.
There's quite a few pages.
I don't see a price here.
It should be a $5 or $6 comic at least, maybe more.
Definitely.
And they can let us know in the comments how much their comic is. Also.
All in full color.
Yeah, full color comic.
You remember in the early days, it was all in color for a dime.
Yeah.
DC and Marvel Comics. 10
this
cents.
Is more than a dime
all
now.
In color. Newsprint, but inflation has a lot to do with it, I guess. I suspect.
Let's see. There's 19, 23. I'm looking at page numbers now. 29, 30. 30, and then it goes to the story ends at 30 pages, and then there's a few more pages in here.
34 pages or so.
So something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So for whatever the price is, to get a good comic, full color comic, hey, can't go wrong.
Definitely not. The
And you
only
can figure out all those goofy questions I had yourself.
And the only info we have on Ken Bailey is we have his email address.
And he's a friend of
But
Joe's.
nothing else. We don't have his address. We just have his email.
No, we just have Joe's
somewhere
address.
in this letter that Joe sent.
Yeah.
Um,
That's his, yeah, we can put in his, that's his email address, so it's in there, wasn't it?
yeah, his email.
think his
it's
email's
not in
in
the
there.
book. It's in the letter.
In the letter, yeah, we'll put it in the description.
Cartoonistman32@gmail.com. If you want to order a copy, Ken Bailey,
Yeah,
there you go.
That's what
the
I'll do.
contact information. That's all we have at this point.
I'll put that in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now we're up to the last one, and I know which one is the last one.
But it's ginormous.
It's Psychosaur by the great Larry Blake. Heavy book. You can't even lift it. I mean, heavy.
200 pages.
Yeah, look at that.
That's killing me. Oh my God.
And he does have some help he acknowledges he has some help from other people. Yeah. And he acknowledges, of course, his old friend, Tim Corrigan.
Tim Corrigan, yeah.
Larry says he still has some unpublished work from Tim Corrigan.
Yeah.
That he may publish. And this cover is from Tim Corrigan of one of the early.
He dedicates the book to Tim.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see that's Tim Corrigan all the way, that artwork, if you know Tim.
Absolutely. That's Tim. I said Tim all the way.
Yeah, that was Psychozort 6. So that goes back a ways. That goes back a ways.
Hmm? From the 2000s, it reprints issues 6 through something.
Yeah, I remember. I had a lot of those. I've seen a lot of the work in here before, but it's all combined in one place now.
I just happen to have a few of the original issues here. Now, there's been several versions of this. Larry,
I have a lot of those too.
Comics, and sometimes he publishes stuff.
See the 3 holes? He put mine in a binder and sent me the whole binder. Yeah, he sent me the whole thing.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Well, yours? This issues? He punched 3 holes in this?
No. I'm talking about the ones you have there. I have.
Right. So I
in a binder that he sent me. Yeah.
The ones that he sent in a binder. From the 2000, 2006, 2002, whenever this was, but I got a few issues. I just happened to come across them here. Well, I didn't come across them. I just went looking for them when I got this big giant volume. But
anybody want to know what Larry Blake looks like? There he is, right there.
Well, he played the character Paul Burden in the story. The character it's based on.
That's Larry Blake.
Obviously based on Larry Blake, but it's Larry Blake in his late 20s.
Yeah.
And this character never ages, nor does Night Star, the heroine of the book. If you look on the back cover and you see an older picture of Larry Blake, and this is a friend of his, with whom Night Star was actually based on.
That girl, yes, I know that.
I can't remember her name, but so they're on the back cover, and the first time I met Larry, he may have been a little older than that picture. Met him at Space a number of times. I met him in Chicago in 1986 and 87. A couple of times. And the thing was, because I've been reading his comics, and it was Larry Blake, and he had the kiss hair, the black thing, and the bell bottoms and the whole bit. And I'm in the lobby at Chicago Con, and I see this guy coming towards me, and I'm like, there was no mistaking Larry Blake. It couldn't be anybody else. Right. Coming toward, that's Larry. Yeah. See the bell bottoms and everything? That's the guy. Larry. That's the guy I saw in Chicago. Yep. Now, Larry's had some health issues. I don't know what they are, but I know he's had health issues for a number of years. He has a little problem. He mentioned that he's in a wheelchair. I hope that's not permanent or anything, but he did. But he's got friends. Mention that. Kim Hemmerline is a friend of his, and they're very close. Other people, I think Tom Ahern lives near Larry. Does he?
Oh,
I think so.
cool.
Yeah, they stay in touch, and he has people who help him out. And I just talked to Larry on the phone a little over a month
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Had a talk with him. He sounded upbeat,
Did
great
he? Good.
spirits.
I hope that he's at space this year, you know?
Well, the thing is, I told him that you and I are going to have a table at space. Folks, Larned and I are going to have a table at space. We're
Yeah.
going to promote your comics. We're going to make a video.
We're going to do a show from there.
And
It won't be
Larry,
live. It will not be live, but
not be live, but it'll be
but
recorded.
it'll be recorded there. Yeah.
Larry said he wasn't planning to be at space, but if we're going to be at space,
He would
he's
come.
thinking about going. So we're going to keep leaning on
Yeah.
Larry. Come on.
Unfortunately, Larry does not have a computer. He's not going to see YouTube as far as I know.
Yeah.
Unless he has some other way. You can see YouTube on a television.
Even this video, I'd like to send him a copy. And
Yeah.
I got
Well,
to
it might
see
be, if he
TV or
has
something.
access to YouTube on TV, he could see it. But he doesn't use a computer to do anything that I
We
know
can look
of.
at the artwork here. I mean, this
I mean,
is
Larry Blake
Mike
is
Carr.
probably one of the best artists in small press.
Yeah. I mean, he's just as great as ever. Actually, he's better than ever.
Yeah.
Like in the early 70s, he influenced me. He said I influenced him, which is amazing because he's so far beyond me.
I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't be influencing him.
No.
Nope.
But his artwork throughout this issue, like again, it's a reprint issue.
It's a reprint, and
Here's
you
a
make.
character.
You know what's
The
funny
Pilgrim.
about? Look at what Larry. I mean, he can do things like that too. Look.
Yeah, he can do funny, zany, bizarre stuff.
He doesn't only do the realistic stuff.
Yeah, he does stuff that's like really, really trippy.
Yeah.
But from what he's told me and from what I understand, he's never done drugs in his entire life.
Well, that's good.
He doesn't need to. He has this fantastic
No, he doesn't need them.
And he never needed that.
Nope.
To produce mind-blowing material. Larry has always been a superlative artist.
And this is
showing there.
This book costs $20. You know, but
Yeah.
look at it.
Here's Mick Jagger and Richards. Mick with that classic pose. You know, Mick does this thing where he's like,
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
just saw.
And that's the pose he has. Now I lost the page. But,
I just saw a video of Billy Joel. Billy Joel, he's like 72 years old. And I saw something on YouTube just recently, a concert that he did like 2 months ago. And he did that song "Start Me Up" by the Stones, and he was doing these Jagger moves.
You know, as old as Mick
That's
Jagger
funny.
is, you can say what you want about drugs and all that. The guy's an athlete.
Yeah,
He's almost 80 years old, and he's still doing the same thing he did when he was 20.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, you don't do that and be a drug addict. Come on.
Right.
Who are you kidding?
He's an amazing shape. It's amazing
Yeah.
that Keith Richards is still alive.
Yeah.
But Jagger
I am not entirely sure when I watch Keith Richards that he is alive. I think he is. Look at that.
That's funny. So what's the guy with the giant nose?
The nose. Yeah.
The nose. The nose.
Yeah.
Nose.
Yeah.
I mean, this is story by story.
Don't pick on me, punk, is what he says. Don't pick on me, punk.
There's too much of there's 200 pages, and we don't have time to get into detail.
No, we can't do it all, but it's for you to enjoy. If you,
yeah,
I mean, you could take forever to read this. There's all kinds of little stuff in here.
It took me like 2 nights to read this.
I mean,
It took me like a couple of hours.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's, this is totally worth it. It's $20, folks. You can get this from Larry himself for $20. You might send a little extra for postage. He doesn't ask for postage money, but I would if I was you.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I ordered an extra copy for Larned, and I sent him an extra $5.
You did? I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
he already told me because I said, "Can you send a copy to Larned?" And he says, "I'll send him a free copy, no problem." I said, "Larry, I want to pay. I want to pay for this." So I did it because.
Oh, I did not know that, Steve.
Yeah.
You didn't have to. You could have let me know.
He would have sent it for free.
Mm.
But he's such a great pal, And after all these years and everything, and you know what he's been through and everything,
And
I said,
a lot of illness. I never knew what the illness was, but I know he was sick a lot. Too bad.
right, right. He
Yeah.
came, yeah, he had, it's so tough, but he's actually doing a lot better right now.
Is he? Well, how old is he? Do you know?
Well, I'm 60. He's about 70.
He's about 70?
Yeah,
Really? You think so?
69 or 70.
Oh,
He's
okay.
around that. He's about 4 years older than me, and I'm 66. So,
Okay.
but when I heard him on the phone, his voice sounded strong. He sounded, and we talked for like 2 hours. We talked for a
Wow.
long time. And he was in, like I say, great spirits, and he sounded very upbeat. He has a lot of plans. He just wants
Maybe
to
he'll
do
have,
comics.
maybe one of his friends can, carry the books and stuff into the show for him, and, maybe he can make it.
Well, he said he'd like to go. Now they
Yeah,
know
we'll
we're
see.
going to be there,
Yeah.
and that's cool.
Why wouldn't you go if we're going to be there?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. Shoot, man.
Well, we have come to the end of another jam-packed show. Wow. That was a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. And if you guys send more comics, we'll be back in doing them. So
As I said, I expect there'll be at least one more show
before you go to California. Yeah.
So it's generally about every 2 weeks.
I was thinking of going to California with you so we could do a show, but then I thought, oh, maybe he doesn't want my company.
Nah,
Going to see his girlfriend.
You want. Just let me know. I'll pay for the Amtrak. Well, that's the thing.
I'm gonna get on the locomotive from here.
Right.
Take a ride out there.
I took Amtrak to North Carolina many years ago.
Yeah.
Like 30, 40 years ago to visit my family up there from Florida. It took like 3 days, and I was in a seat the whole time.
Oh my God! How do you sleep?
It was tough.
Oh my gosh! Man.
3 days and without a shower. It was hard.
It's a shame that this country has left the railroads go to heck.
I'd like to try it again, but in a passenger car,
Yeah, there are those. They're not cheap though, Steve. It's expensive.
I know it is.
Yeah, it's expensive to ride the train. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And the bus is just miserable.
No, forget the bus.
Take a bus.
I've done that before too.
Yeah, me too. Oh boy. No, thank you. I want to drive to Columbus, which is quite a drive. But my wife doesn't want me to drive alone because she thinks I'll fall asleep or something.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for somebody to ride with me from here. And I've talked to a couple people, but no solid answers yet.
Well, I could catch a plane there.
Yeah, and ride with me. I could drive, but that would just be, I mean, would it save you any money? I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's probably just as expensive to go to Columbus. Huh?
We're discussing stuff.
Yeah, we're what are we talking? We should be ending this and talking about this afterwards.
Is there an airport near you?
Yeah, absolutely, not far at all. I've been there a billion times.
Well, we got till June to work this out, but we're going to be at space, folks. Space time. That should be a heck of a video and a heck of a great time too.
I think so. So we're going to sign off right now before this thing runs out of time again. And we will see you in the next one. So keep watching and watch those bell notifications. And we'll be back sooner or later. See ya.
Subscribe.